Where are we in the show right now?
The watching of the Thises.
All right. What are you watching, bitches?
We so a couple weeks ago we watched Two Strings,
Yes.
and so we had never seen Coraline before.
Uh-oh.
So we.
I thought maybe Chibi put this on, so you put. I'm a little worried.
Why are you? My kids like it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was going to be too scary for them.
No. The only thing they're scared of is that the kid who would be king. Everything else
Okay.
is fine.
Good.
They were totally into the scariness of Coraline, and to the point like where my wife and I were looking at each other, like the whole button eye thing. I think it's creepier to the parents than it is to kids.
It might be.
There's something about it where it's more whimsical to kids, where parents are like, no, they're gonna have to dig your eyes out and sew those buttons on. That's not. That's
It
not
seems
what we want
symbolic
here.
of death. I think it is, right? In
Yeah.
certain cultures, and that's why adults probably associate it with death, and kids associate it with maybe like dolls.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. Coraline.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I was not expecting it to be as good as what it was. So we're gonna keep watching all these freaky, scary kids movies.
I'm trying to think of another good one. I mean, let me think about it.
Well, Paranorman, I think, is the next one up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my son likes those. Goosebumps is another one that's pretty good.
There's some Goosebumps news later in the outline.
Oh. Well, there's the Goosebumps. The first Goosebumps movie is pretty good.
I just
And,
spit all over my mom.
It is. We like the first Goosebumps.
Anyway.
We finished 2 television show first seasons that are both excellent, and I highly recommend them. The first is What We Do in the Shadows, which is available on Hulu, and it's probably funnier than the movie. I think there's more laughs than the movie, for sure. You guys could handle it. It's not depressing. It's just a straight up comedy, adult comedy. Wombat, do you have Hulu? Do you like vampire? You're nodding your head. We're doing a podcast. Don't nod your head. He's nodding his head. End call. How do I kick Wombat out of this? All right.
I've seen the commercials for it.
It's very funny. But they probably
all
don't.
right.
It's very funny. It's critically acclaimed. Shut up. It's very
I'm sure
excellent.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it, please. I don't think. When's the last time you watched something that I told you to watch? Either.
When was the last time you watched something I told you to watch?
I don't know. Probably something. Batman versus Superman clips on YouTube, because that's what I've been watching.
No. Did you watch the Dark Ages show that I told you to watch?
Dark Ages.
It was also should be on Hulu, I think.
No.
It is on Hulu.
I did watch.
No,
you
it's
know
on
what I watched?
CBS, I think.
Yeah.
I watched that.
has.
I watched that comedy show that you told me about. That was like the writing couple, comedy writing couple. They write for a TV show or something.
Comedy writing couple.
Or one of them's a comedy writer, and the woman is a comedy writer, and the husband.
The Dick
is...
Van Dyke Show?
No.
You sound like you're describing the Dick Van
The
Dyke
Dick Van Dyke Show.
No.
Which is a great show.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It was on
Rob Petrie.
TBS or something.
It was something like "I'll see myself out," or
Yes.
I
Sorry
think
to.
you should leave.
"I think you should leave." I think
No.
That's the sketch
no.
comedy show.
no,
That's
not that
amazing.
one.
It's
has
like
a similar name.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry on True TV.
Yes, True TV.
Yes. Thank you, Darkness09. You just got it in the chat.
That's
I'm sorry is great.
This is why it's good we do the show on Twitch, because
Yeah.
we make a lot of mistakes and people can just fill in the gaps, and then we can,
Yeah. But I'm sorry is a great show.
Well, you asked what was the last show that you recommended that I watched, and that's one I thought of pretty much immediately.
Yeah, because it's a good show.
Excuse me, I knocked my microphone out of the way.
What else you watching there, Mike Knocker?
That's what they called me in college. We finished season 1 of Kingdom, which is on Netflix. That is the Korean zombie period piece show, which is super fantastic, super high quality production value. It's not as much zombies as you would think. There's a lot going on. It's really
More period piece or more
yes,
zombie?
yes, more period piece than zombie. That's what I'm saying. If you like
How about Korean? Is it more Korean or period piece or zombie?
Asians in like the cool costumes with awesome hats and great sets with like traditional structures, it's really great. It's really Kingdom on Netflix. Trust me, It's fantastic. You guys won't watch it. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the audience. They've lost. I know you won't. All right. What else?
I watched a movie. The missus and I sat down and watched a movie together. We watched A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. That's the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks.
How is it? We've been watching a lot of Mr. Rogers.
It's okay. It's slow. It tries to do a lot. It's mostly about this Esquire writer who had to write a profile on Mr. Rogers, and now Mr. Rogers changed his life more than it is about just, hey, here's Mr. Rogers and here's what he does. But it's pretty straightforward.
You didn't cry, right? No crying.
No, I didn't. No.
I'm afraid to watch that one or the documentary about Mr. Rogers.
The documentary, which I've seen,
Yeah.
is a lot better.
I just will be crying through the whole thing, I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't think you would. I think you get past that part of it pretty quickly, like in your brain.
I mean, did you watch a lot of Mr. Rogers growing up?
I watched as much as anyone else. I remember the Hulk episode of Mr. Rogers.
That's not an answer.
That's
Yes,
that was
watched
a very
you
simple
watched,
question.
You watched a lot of it?
I watched a good amount. I honestly
All
couldn't
right.
qualify it.
What was the name of the trolley?
The trolley.
Trolley is the name
Yes,
of trolley.
that's right. That's
Is it
right.
just trolley? Yeah.
You were guessing though. You didn't know that.
No, because I'm like, what do I have to say? Daniel Tiger? What?
What was all right? I believe you watched.
Mr.
That's
McFeely?
cheating.
What do I have to
But-
do? I've been to the studio.
Did you remember Daniel Tiger was already on that show?
You have to remember, I went to college in Pittsburgh, which is literally Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of Mr. Rogers trivia wherever you would go.
Interesting.
So
you
anyway.
did watch a
Although he
lot, or
goes-
you just
yeah.
saw the trivia in your town?
I watched that show a lot when I was probably 5 and under. So if you're asking me
Okay,
to
here's what I'm
remember-
asking.
my
How
most
many
vivid
episodes of that show have
memories-
you watched?
Exactly. My most vivid memories. I can't believe I'm being gatekeeped about Mr.
I
Rogers,
just-
by the way. No, this is fun.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to cry if I watch the movie.
You're not gonna cry. The Hulk episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is the one that sticks out in my mind the most, that I vividly remember watching as a kid. Do you remember that episode?
No, but I've
I don't
watched a
remember.
lot of them.
I don't
They
remember Hulk.
showed, because the show was big at the time, and kids were like we were talking about before. It was scary for kids, but kids still liked it. They
Yep.
showed how Lou Ferrigno turned into the Hulk. Like they showed the whole makeup process to show kids that like there's just this friendly big man underneath all that makeup. It's not scary.
Nope, that didn't work.
So, and I remember that vividly, them putting the makeup on Lou Ferrigno and the fake forehead and them gluing it on and then painting it green. So,
Nice. All right.
mhm. So there's an eat me, Mr. Gatekeeper. I have a little.
I wasn't gatekeeping.
You're totally
I'm
gatekeeping me
trying
on
to
Mr.
judge
Rogers.
if I can make it through the documentary without crying throughout most of it. That's all.
I don't know. You cry when you.
I'm crying now.
I was gonna say you cry at your reflection in the window, going, "Oh, that reminds me of me." Oh.